Welcome to Marketing Made Simple, the podcast that breaks down marketing into straightforward, actionable tips for your businesses. Each week, we'll explore the latest strategies, tools, and insights that can help you effectively promote your business without the overwhelm. Join us as we share success stories, expert interviews, and proven tactics to help you navigate the world of marketing with confidence. Let's simplify your journey and take your business to the next level. If you're looking for additional support or have specific marketing challenges, don't hesitate to reach out to us by visiting our website at www.dcmk.ca. Tune in every week for new episodes, and remember, marketing doesn't have to be complicated. It's time to make it simple.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're diving deep into Google business profiles. You guys know how important this is, right? You sent in tons of stuff from that Mastering Your Google Business Profile guide, so I'm thinking a deep dive is just what we need.
Yeah, definitely a good call.
I think we all know it's not just about making a quick profile and calling it a day anymore. This is serious stuff.
It really is.
And something that surprised me, I gotta admit, I didn't even know this, but Google My Business. Well, it's not called that anymore. It's officially Google Business Profile now. Google, always changing things up. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's make sure everyone's on the same page. What exactly is a Google Business Profile? Why should our listeners care so much about it these days?
Well, it's really the core of how your business shows up online, especially on Google Search and Maps. You can think of it kind of like like a digital storefront that's constantly changing. It's not just a basic listing. It's how people find you, learn about you, and, decide if they want to actually become a customer.
Okay, so it's definitely more than just listing your hours and address. But I bet our listeners thinking, okay, but what's in it for me? What's the big deal? Why should they invest their time in this?
Right. Got to see the value. Right. Well, picture this. Someone's looking for a business just like yours in their area. With a really good optimized Google business profile, you could be right there at the top of those search results. You just won't get that kind of visibility otherwise, especially for local searches.
Yeah, talk about perfect timing, being right there when they need you. But I'm guessing it's not just about showing up, right? You got to do more than just exist online.
Oh, absolutely. It's about engaging with your customers, building that trust factor. Reviews, photos, posts, it's all there in your Google business profile. You're not just talking about your business, you're showing it off. Who you are, what you offer, and what people are saying about you.
It's like creating a whole experience, right? You're building that trust and turning someone just browsing into a paying customer. Okay, but now I'm sure our listeners thinking, this all sounds awesome, but where do I even start? What are those first steps to setting up a Google business profile that actually works?
Well, first things first, you got to either claim your profile, if Google's already made one for you, it happens, or you start from scratch and make a brand new one. The good news is it's pretty straightforward. You can do it all right on the Google Business Profile website, but there's one thing you absolutely can't skip over.
I bet I can guess. It's verification, right?
You got it.
Yeah.
Verification, it's like getting a digital ID card for your business from Google. It proves you're legit and unlocks all these extra features you can't use otherwise.
Okay, so verification is super important. But once you're verified, what's next? How do you make your profile stand out and really draw those customers in?
That's where the fun part comes in. Think of it like decorating a physical store. You want it to be inviting, informative, visually appealing. High-quality photos are super important. It's the first thing people see, so they can make or break that first impression.
Yeah, like professional headshots, but for your business. And I bet a compelling business description is key too, right?
Oh, totally. You got to tell Google and potential customers what you're all about, but keep it short and engaging, like your elevator pitch. Highlight what makes you special, the key words people might search for to find you. And of course, accurate business hours. No one likes showing up to a closed shop.
Speaking of attracting customers, reviews, they're like gold these days, right?
Totally. There's social proof. Positive reviews build trust and credibility. It shows potential customers that others have had great experiences with you, and that can be really powerful.
So I'm guessing you have some insider tips on encouraging those awesome reviews.
Well, honestly, it's not as complicated as you might think. Don't be afraid to ask satisfied customers to leave a review. Sometimes a little nudge is all it takes. And don't forget, respond to every single review, even the negative ones.
Wait, even the negative ones?
Especially the negative ones. It shows you care, that you're willing to address concerns. You'd be surprised how a good response to a negative review can turn things around. It shows your commitment to customer satisfaction.
It's like turning a negative into a positive, showing how much you care. Okay, so we've talked about reviews, photos, making a great first impression, but I know Google Business Profiles have tons of data you can use, right?
Oh yeah, Google Business Profile Insights. That's a game changer. It's like your data headquarters, where you can see how customers are finding you, what they're doing on your profile, what's working and what's not. It's not about guessing, it's about using data to make smart decisions.
Google's giving you the roadmap, but you got to be willing to read it, right?
Exactly. And just like a roadmap, you got to keep it up to date. That means regular updates to your profile, fresh photos, engaging posts, responding to messages and reviews on time. A Google Business Profile, it's not a set it and forget it kind of thing.
It's more like a garden. Well, you got to keep tending to it to keep it thriving. We've covered a lot of ground, but I have a feeling we're just getting started, right?
Oh yeah, we've only just scratched the surface.
Yeah.
We've got the foundation down. But now it's time to dive into those features and strategies that can take your Google Business Profile to a whole new level.
Sounds good to me.
Let's get into it. Welcome back. So we've got the basics, right? But now let's get into some of the, I guess you could say, the finer details. We were just talking about keeping your profile fresh and updated. But there's something else it's super important if you want the right customers to find you.
Okay, you've got me intrigued. Tell me more.
It's all about choosing the right categories. You know, those labels that tell Google what your business actually is. Restaurant, retail store, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that seems pretty straightforward. What's the catch?
Well, it's not just about picking a general category like restaurant. You got to get specific, really laser focused. Think Italian restaurant, vegan cafe, pizza delivery, whatever really nails down what makes you special. The more specific you are, the better Google can connect you with people searching for that exact thing.
Okay, so it's like helping Google put you in the right spot so the right people can find you. And you don't have to pick just one category, right?
Choose as many as you need as long as they accurately represent your business. Don't be afraid to think broadly. Just make sure it's the right kind of broad. You want to use the terms people are actually searching for.
Specific and comprehensive. Got it. Anything else to keep in mind when choosing categories?
Yeah, don't just pick categories that sound good. Take a minute to actually read the descriptions that Google gives for each one. Make sure your business really fits what that category is all about. Oh, and pro tip, check out what categories your competitors are using. Could give you some good ideas.
A little competitive research can't hurt. Speaking of making your profile more informative, let's talk about attributes, those little details that add some extra information.
Attributes, yeah, those are like the little things that give potential customers a fuller picture. Women-owned, veteran-led, outdoor seating, accepts credit cards, that kind of thing.
They give it personality. Help people find businesses that match what they're looking for.
That's it. And sometimes they even unlock those special features we talked about earlier, you know, like online ordering or booking appointments.
They're like little keys that open up extra functionality. Cool. But let's be real. Reviews are still king when it comes to attracting customers online. We touched on them briefly, but let's dig deeper.
Couldn't agree more. Reviews can make or break you online. First rule, respond to every single review. The good, the bad, all of them.
I get responding to the positive ones, thank people for the feedback. But the negative ones, isn't that just making things worse?
Actually, ignoring those negative reviews, that's what really makes it worse. It looks like you don't care about customer concerns. When you respond, you're showing off those awesome customer service skills.
So it's like damage control, but also a chance to show you're listening, willing to go the extra mile to make things right.
Exactly. When you respond to a negative review, do it publicly, keep it professional, be empathetic, and focus on the solution. You might even win that customer back.
And when you respond to positive reviews, a little personalization goes a long way, right?
Oh, absolutely. Thank them, use their name if you can, maybe mention something specific they said in their review.
It's all about building relationships and showing that you care. But what about those fake reviews everyone's worried about? What can businesses do to protect themselves?
Yeah, fake reviews are a problem. Google's working on it, but they're out there. Best defense. Encourage genuine reviews from happy customers. The more real ones you have, the less those fake ones stand out.
Drowning out the noise with authentic voices. What if you spot a review that's totally fake, though?
You can and should flag it for Google. Their team can investigate. They've got systems for spotting and removing fake reviews, so don't hesitate to report it.
Okay, good to know. We're not powerless there. What are some red flags to watch out for?
Look for really generic reviews, stuff that doesn't make sense, language that just sounds off. Oh, and a bunch of negative reviews all of a sudden for accounts with no history. That's a big one.
It's like those spam emails. You just know. Now, there's a feature that I think a lot of people overlook, and that's the Q&A section. Why should businesses be paying attention to that?
The Q&A, it's like a mini forum on your profile. Customers can ask questions and get answers, either from the business or even from other customers.
It's like crowdsourced customer service built right in.
Exactly. Great way to answer common questions, provide extra info, even show off your expertise. The key is to be proactive. Don't wait for the questions to come in. Get ahead of it. Answer those FAQs right from the start.
Creating your own FAQ right on your profile, so helpful.
Right. And of course, check the Q&A regularly and respond to new questions quickly.
Keep that information flowing. Now let's talk messaging. Google Business Profile messaging. It's how everyone communicates these days, so how can businesses use it effectively?
Messaging. It's like live chat built right into your profile. Quick, convenient, personalized.
Perfect for those customers who need a quick answer, without having to call or email. Especially useful for businesses that do bookings, reservations, or need to respond to questions fast.
Exactly. But here's the thing. You got to be responsive. If you're going to offer messaging, you got to be ready to answer quickly.
Right. There's nothing worse than sending a message and waiting forever for a reply. People want to know you're actually there reading their messages.
Definitely. And personalize your responses.
Yeah.
Just like with reviews.
Making that human connection. Now, what about those automated chatbots? Are those a good idea for Google Business Profile messaging?
They can be. But be careful. If you use one, make sure it's a good one. It has to be able to handle different kinds of questions, not just give those canned responses that don't actually help.
A balance between automation and the human touch. Can you use messaging proactively instead of waiting for the customer to reach out?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Appointment reminders, delivery updates, even just checking in to see if they're happy with their purchase.
Anticipating needs, taking that extra step.
That's it. You can even use messaging to get feedback, do quick surveys. Great way to learn directly from your customers.
I'm really starting to see how a Google Business Profile can be a part of your whole marketing strategy.
Right. It's not just a standalone thing. Promote it on your website, social media, email marketing, everywhere you connect with customers.
Weaving it all together. What about using Google Ads to boost your profile?
Smart move. Use location targeting with your ads. That way they reach people who are searching in your area.
So if I'm a bakery, my ads show up when someone searches for bakeries near me.
Exactly. You can use ads to promote special offers or events you've got listed on your profile. Make it easy for people to take action.
Connecting online and offline efforts. Any other advanced tactics we should know about?
If you're ready to get really technical, there's the Google My Business API.
Okay, gotta admit, that sounds a little scary. What can you do with it?
The API. Oh, it lets developers connect your Google Business Profile data to other systems. You can automate tasks, streamline processes, get even deeper insights from your data.
That's for the real power users then.
You got it. But whether you're using the API or sticking with the regular interface, there's one thing every business needs to pay close attention to: analytics.
Right, the data gold mine. What kind of insights can we get from those Google Business Profile analytics?
Your insights tell you how people are finding your profile, what they're doing there, what actions they're taking, how many people viewed your profile, clicked to your website, called you, got directions, even how many saw your photos.
Wow, that's a lot. How can businesses use all that info to make their profiles better?
It's all about using data to make smart decisions. See what's working, what's not. People clicking your website link. Awesome. Requesting directions. Great. Not many calls. Maybe your phone number needs to be easier to find.
So it's constant analysis, constantly tweaking your profile for better performance.
You got it. Now, before we move on, I think it's important to say, mastering your Google Business Profile, this isn't a one-time project.
It's not just a set it and forget it thing.
No way. It's a journey. The internet's always changing, Google's always updating, and your business hopefully is always growing.
So stay informed, be ready to adapt, and keep refining your approach.
That's the key. And never stop learning. There are tons of resources to help. Google's own documentation, online communities, industry blogs, even podcasts like this one.
If you're ever feeling lost, don't be afraid to ask for help. There's a whole community out there to support you on this Google Business Profile journey.
True that. And remember, you have the power. You've got the tools, you've got the knowledge. Make your Google Business Profile a success.
This deep dive has been awesome. We've really covered it all, haven't we? From the basics to the more advanced stuff.
We have. It's up to our listeners now to take all this and put it into action.
So here's a question for you to think about. What will you do differently tomorrow to make your Google business profile even better? Think about it. Take action. Watch your business grow.
That's it for this part of our Google Business Profile Deep Dive. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back with even more strategies to take your profile to the next level.
All right, we're back, ready to wrap up this Google business profile deep dive with some strategies that can really give you an edge.
Yeah, let's get into some of those more, advanced tactics, moving beyond the basics.
I'm ready. What's first on the list?
Let's talk about Google Business Profile posts again. Remember those? Like those little updates or announcements you can share right on your profile.
Right, those little nuggets of content. Keep things fresh and engaging. How can we use them effectively?
Think of them like microblogging, right on your Google Business Profile. Promotions, events, product launches, even behind-the-scenes stuff.
Variety is key, but how do you make your posts actually stand out, with so much content out there?
Visuals. Gotta have visuals. High-quality photos, videos, graphics, that kind of thing. They catch people's attention. And try to keep a consistent look and feel across all your posts. Keep that branding strong.
It's like extending your brand into those posts. What about calls to action? Are those important?
Oh, yeah. Super important. Don't just share info, tell people what to do next,
Yeah.
learn more, book now, that kind of thing. Make it clear what you want them to do.
Okay, calls to action. Got it. Now let's go back to messaging. We talked about the basics, but are there more advanced ways to use it?
One thing you can do is use a chatbot, to handle those basic questions, give instant responses, frees up your staff to focus on the more complicated stuff.
Makes sense. Chatbots can be great for 247 support for those frequently asked questions. But I worry about those chatbots that are kind of clunky and give those generic answers that don't really help.
Oh, yeah, I hear you. That's why it's so important to pick a chatbot that's actually smart, one that can handle different kinds of questions and feels more natural to talk to.
That balance between automation and the human touch. Can you use messaging proactively instead of waiting for customers to message you?
You bet. Appointment reminders, delivery notifications, even just checking in after a purchase to make sure they're happy.
Going the extra mile?
Exactly. And you can even use messaging to get feedback, maybe do a quick survey. It's a great way to learn from your customers.
I'm really seeing how a Google business profile is more than just a profile. It's a part of your whole marketing plan.
You got it. Promote it on your website, social media, email marketing, everywhere you connect with customers.
Bringing it all together. What about Google Ads? Can you use those to boost your profile?
Absolutely. Use location targeting to reach people searching in your area.
So if I own a bakery, my ads show up when people search for bakeries near me.
Yep. And you can use ads to promote special offers or events you have on your profile. Make it easy for them to take action.
Connecting the dots, online and offline. Any other advanced tips?
If you're feeling really techy, there's the Google My Business API.
Okay, that sounds a little intimidating. What's that all about?
The API. Well, it lets developers connect your Google Business Profile data to other applications and systems. You can automate things, get deeper insights from your data, that kind of thing.
That's for the real power users then.
Definitely. But whether you're using the API or sticking with the regular tools, everyone needs to be looking at their analytics.
Right, the data. Tell me more about what kind of insights we can get from our Google Business Profile analytics.
Oh, your insights tell you how people are finding you, what they're doing, what actions they're taking. You can see how many people looked at your profile, clicked to your website, called you, got directions, even how many people checked out your photos.
Wow, that's a lot of information. How can businesses use it to make their profiles better?
It's all about using data to make smart decisions. Track those key metrics, see what's working, what's not. People clicking your website link, great. Requesting directions, awesome. Not many calls. Maybe your phone number needs to be more visible.
So it's constant analysis, constant tweaking, always improving.
That's it. And, before we wrap this up, I think it's important to remember mastering your Google business profile. It's not a one-time thing,
Not a set it and forget it.
Nope. It's a journey. The digital world's always changing. Google's always updating. Your business is hopefully always growing.
So stay informed. Be ready to adapt. Keep refining your approach.
Exactly. And never stop learning. There's so much out there to help you. Google's own stuff, online communities, blogs, even podcasts like this one.
If you're ever feeling lost, don't be afraid to ask for help. There's a whole community out there.
So true. And remember, you have the power. You've got the tools. You've got the knowledge. Make your Google business profile amazing.
This deep dive has been incredible. We've covered everything, haven't we?
We have. Now it's up to everyone listening to take this and run with it.
So here's a final thought. What will you do differently tomorrow to make your Google business profile the best it can be? Think about it, take action, watch your business grow.
That's it for our deep dive on Google Business Profiles. Keep learning, keep experimenting, keep growing your business.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for tuning into this episode of Marketing Made Simple. We hope you found valuable insights to apply to your business immediately. If you need additional support or have specific marketing challenges, don't hesitate to contact us at DC Marketing. Visit our website at www.dcmk.ca to learn more about how we can assist you in elevating your marketing strategy. Remember, you don't have to navigate this journey alone. Let us help you simplify and succeed in your marketing efforts. Until next time, keep it simple and keep growing.